Well, hey, y'all, hey, and welcome to another session of Meditations with Marigny. And so, as you can see, I'm real into the holiday season. I may have mentioned it. Well, let me just say this. Welcome to Meditations with Marigny, and welcome to another session with me. This morning, this session is going to be fairly short because I will be waiting for my scholars to come in shortly. But I wanted to jump on, and if you have enjoyed my videos, I would love for you to click like. I would love for you to share it with a friend, and I would love for you to subscribe. And so this morning, I wanted to talk about something that's kind of, you guys know with me always talking about marriage, relationship, love, divorce, all those different things. I kind of wanted to talk about in this dating process, opening a door, where is a safe space for a person that you might be dating or a person you may be vetting. And I want to talk about not just for people that I'm dating, but even for myself. Like right now, you all that follow me on a regular, you know that I'm working on my master's, and it's just so stressful right now. Like sometimes just having an outlet to laugh is like very comforting. It is helpful for me to have a place that I can tease with someone and laugh and joke. And I'm saying that because sometimes we are going through things, especially those of us that have been single for a while. And I kind of really want to address that community. We have friends and we have family and we have people that we can lean on, but sometimes we are the strong one in our family, and we will not take the time to reach out when we are struggling. And I'm saying that because people suffer in silence. What we are seeing now is that more and more people are passing like in their 40s and in their 50s, and 60 is even still young. And I just want to encourage you to find your safe space. If there is a friend that you have and there is someone that you've been possibly vetting and or dating, understand that, check to see whether or not those people are places where you can be vulnerable with them, that you can have a open conversation in your most weakest moment, and they're going to uplift you, and they are going to encourage you, they are going to pour into you. And um, I don't know, this morning I think it's just a little bit more spiritual. So you guys see that I'm all festively dressed out. And I'm that way because today is reindeer ears day here at my school. And I'm already big. Like I usually wear these after Thanksgiving. It's all things Christmas. So I have reindeer ears. I have some little Christmas trees that jingle. I got my little bells here. I have Christmas hats, like different matching Christmas hats. So I'm all things Christmas. But some people don't know that that comes because my father passed on Christmas Day. And I was 18 years old. We had dinner and everything that day as a family. And he had been sick for a while, maybe about 3 to 6 months. He had been ill. And when he passed away, he passed on Christmas Day. And that was always like our greatest highlight in the house. And I just was determined that the holidays were not going to be sad for me because they were difficult that year. And it was hard as a young child to go through that process. But if you come to my house, typically I got 3 or 4 trees up. You're going to walk in the door and you immediately know that Christmas is there. So I'm saying that to say that we have a choice of how we're going to live our life. We have a choice of how we plan to allow things that happen to us to affect us. And with that being said, we have to find a safe space. I had to go through some counseling after that happened. And I remember the following year after he passed, I asked my mom about putting up a tree. And she said, no, I don't think I want to put up a tree. And I was my first year in college at that time. And I remember telling her, I said, well, Mommy, I think I'm going to go home with one of my friends because I can't come home to it just being sad. And she called me back and she said, we can put up a tree, but she was grieving in her own way. And she was dealing with the loss of her husband. That was a man that she had known for, about 35, 36 years, or maybe longer, 40 years. She didn't really know what to do with that. And so I'll just say that if you are the strong one in your group, in your friend group, and in your family, make sure that you take the time to find a safe space for you to have someone that can pour into you. And then sometimes the strong people are the ones that kind of pour into each other. Some days I feel like, I'm the strong one. There are other days that I feel like my mate will be the strong one. And then I think there are some days that we'll just kind of be even keel. But in this dating process, one of the things that I am vetting and I am looking at is how comfortable do I feel sharing my deepest and my darkest moments, things that I'm not so proud of, things that I wish that I could do over again, but also things that have been very hurtful in my life, things that have bruised me and caused me to become the woman that I am. How is it then that I could share those things with the man that I consider to be someone that I would make my mate? So I say to you guys that, and even for guys, vulnerability is not something that we want to do. Nobody wants to put ourselves out there in order to let someone hurt us. But what I will say is, in this dating process, if you are truly vetting for a lifetime mate and you are vetting for marriage, you are going to have to be vulnerable. And what I'm learning is I start that vulnerability very early. And I do that so that if it's not authentic, within a week or 2 weeks time period, it's going to fizzle right on out. What I can say is that the men who are kind of still in my life after, several months, they are men that there have been moments where there's been no communication, and then there have been moments where there have been communication. And I think that over a period of time, when we've had difficult spaces, or when we need intellectual thought processes or somebody to help us work through something that we're working on, then we reach out to that person. And I think that that's a very authentic way of dating in this day and time if you are actually dating for the purpose of marriage. So, what I'm going to say to you is don't be afraid to be vulnerable. Don't be afraid to share your innermost thoughts with someone. And at the end of the day, don't be afraid to assure that you put your love out there on the line. And I'm not saying carelessly do this. I'm saying with an intent to make sure that you are in place to allow yourself to find what you say that you desire. So many people desire what they're not willing to give. And to be honest with you, as a giver, even though I give sometimes and I know that the person may not be deserving of it, I still have to give in this process in order to be successful. So if you've enjoyed this video, I'd love for you to click like. I'd love for you to share it with a friend. And if you don't do anything else, be sure to continue to join Meditations with Marigny, and I would love for you to subscribe. Have a great day. And I'm going to be jingling around here today. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. I hope that wasn't too loud. Have a great day.